Hey guys, welcome to another episode of AOTC. Today we're going to tell you how to fish a 10-inch worm. First of all, I'll get into the brands that I like to use. Cream Lures 10-inch worm. It's pretty nice. We recently had a sponsorship with them last year, so we've had a lot of experience with their plastics. The next one is a Zoom Old Monster. They're pretty nice. Zoom always makes pretty good plastics as it is, so. And the last one I like to use is Bass Pro Shops 10-inch worm. They're surprisingly pretty good, even though you wouldn't think they'd be that great for lures because they're kind of have such a variety there in stores and everything. Different colors I like to fish are the plum, the cream one is in, like the green pumpkin, and then green pumpkin candy kind of. Different hooks I like to use are just a regular, that type of hook, worm hook, and then a extra wide gap. Some guys have different preferences. I've used both. I like both. I don't really have that much of a preference. As far as weights go, I usually Texas rig it just like this. And I'll go from a 1/4 of an ounce all the way up to a half if I'm, say, Carolina rigging, like as in this one. And then, and usually I use a bullet sinker of tungsten or lead, depending on what I have right now. And another great type of tungsten is Eco Pro Tungsten. They make really good stuff. We recently got a sponsorship with them this year too. And on the Carolina rigging, I like to use egg weights sometimes too. It's just depending on the cover. If the cover's grassy and everything, you probably want to use bullet sinker to get through the grass better. But if it's rocky, feel bottom better, you could use the egg sinker. As far as rods go, I like to use, when I'm shallow fishing with a 10-inch worm, most guys don't, but I don't see the difference of fishing it shallow or deep much. They both work. I use a 7.2 Cabela's rod, and I may be looking into getting a new one. I haven't decided yet, but this is just one I have right now. It's a worm and jig rod. It's a medium heavy. So there's that. And then when I Carolina rig, go deeper with it. I like to use a 7.5. This is the Swimbait Carolina rig Skeet Reese rod. It's a medium fast action. There's that. You can see that. There you go. And then the line I like to use is when I'm going shallower through grass and things like that, I'll use braid just because the water around here is not real clear, so fish can't see it. It doesn't really affect them much. But if I'm going deeper, which usually means the water's clearer, I'll use fluorocarbon. And the pound test that you have on this one is a 30-pound test braid, and then on this one I'll go from anywhere from probably 12 to, I don't know, 15-pound tests. As far as the reel goes, this is a Garcia Revo S 6:4 to 1 ratio. It works pretty well. I like it. I don't think it's really necessary to have a fast gear ratio for this. Because I mean, you do need to pick up slack, but not real fast. This is also a Fluger Summit 6:4 to 1 gear ratio reel for the Carolina rig one. How to fish it? I usually just, when I'm going shallow, I cast parallel to shore and cast, and I drag it on bottom, hop it off bottom, things like that. Just kind of see what the fish want. For this Carolina rig, I usually just drag it along bottom, maybe hop it if they're aggressive that day or something like that. When you're going deep, you can do Carolina rig or Texas rig. I've seen both. So it's just kind of a matter of opinion. But when I fish shallow, I usually go around wood. I really like it around grass. It seems to work pretty well. And when I'm rigging this up, as far as the weight goes, I usually don't peg it. That's my preference because I think I've caught more fish that way, and I just think that's how it's worked for me, so I'm just going to keep on doing it. Same when I'm going deep too, because I just think it's more effective and it makes it look more realistic. And to rig the hook worm up, I'll show you guys real quick. Texas rig it. Just put it on like this. So go about, I don't know, maybe an inch. Thread it up. Twist it around. And then you can either show the hook or don't show the hook. I usually don't show the hook, just because I fish around grass. But if you're going to show the hook, go like this and then hook it back in like that. So it looks still pretty weedless, but you'll get more hookups that way too. And another brand of 10-inch worms I like to use is the Big Bite Baits. We just recently got a sponsorship from them also this year. They have two, actually. They have a 10-inch worm plus the Crete tail worm. It's like a different tail on it. I haven't used that yet because I think it recently came out, but it looks like it could be a good bait, so I'll have to try that out. Otherwise, I think that's it as far as 10-inch worm goes and what I do and everything. Oh, actually, when you feel a fish hit for this, you want to make sure, because they'll hold on to it longer because it's plastic, is like different from crankbaits where they don't hold on to it as long because it's hard and it doesn't feel as real. So make sure if you have a bite, you reel down to it and then set the hook once you feel that you have it for sure, because otherwise you'll miss hookups every time. So that's about it. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more videos coming soon.